So, hello everybody. Today I'm joined by Lisa. Lisa, thank you so much for taking some time today to speak with me. Just want to do a quick little introduction, let everyone know who you are and what it is that you do.
Oh, lovely to be here today. Thanks, Alexi. So, I'm Lisa Tyler. I am a midlife burnout coach. I'm not sure I was that before I met Alexi, but I was getting there, and he's really helped me on my journey. So, I support midlife professional women with everything around careers, caretaking, elder care, caring for teenagers with additional needs, and all the other stuff that goes around this time of life when you feel like you're holding up the sky.
Cool. It's a pleasure to have you here, Lisa. So, to give everybody a bit of context, I think we got started in Feb, didn't we? Right at the start of
Yes.
Feb this year. So, yeah, I mean the time's flown by, but it's been a cool journey. We've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, and it's been cool to see where you are now compared to where you are when you first started. So I guess do you want to kick us off, Lisa, and just let us know that so originally when you went ahead and joined up with us, what was like the main frustration that you were sort of feeling within your coaching?
I think for me, it was around consistency. So I was getting clients. I'd had a bit of a false start. I'd had my own kind of midlife collision as well. And this is when I really realized who I was serving. So I wasn't sure how to reach that audience. And by being quite clear, by the time I met you, I think I was actually quite clear on who I wanted to help. But reaching them was the hardest thing and trying to find some form of consistent communication. And I really hadn't been very adept at Instagram at all. I'd had a bit of a play with it, but nothing particularly scientific or clever or consistent again.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think that's a very common, like you say, you've had a few clients, you have a rough understanding, but it's sort of like what do I do with that? How do I find them now? And so at that point, what was your general feeling around like lead generation, sales, and getting more clients?
Yeah, it was really sporadic. So I throw a few things on Instagram, a couple of things on LinkedIn. I mean, I do a lot of networking, and I mean, I find that very useful. But it isn't consistent. And again, I've got a kind of corporate angle, but then I've got a one-to-one personal side angle as well. And that's where I thought this approach would be best suited. So I've kind of kept them separate. I've kept my corporate stuff linked in
Yeah.
and my one-to-one, very individual serving the end user, if you like, on Instagram, and that's actually worked really well.
Yeah. No, sure. I think that's a good way to go about it. I think a lot of coaches are similar where they have that also that corporate element where they want to go into the corporate offices, but I think splitting it up in that way and having corporate ones, corporate LinkedIn, Instagram, one to one, that usually works well. So I'm glad that's worked for you. And before we started working together, had you tried anything else in terms of trying to get clients online? Had you done any other processes or
Not really, no,
no?
very kind of organic. As
Uh,
I would think it was not organic at all. It was just sporadic and a bit uh, lost, I think, as much as anything.
okay, cool. And I guess when we first spoke, like what made you go ahead and take the decision to team up and to get working together on this?
No, it was the biggest thing for me was you were not pitching the £1 million months. It was not the 50K month. That was really important to me. And it came through very clearly that you were about helping coaches serve the clients they were there to serve. And that speaks to me very clearly. And I've seen that actually throughout everything we've done together. Doesn't matter who you're working for as your client, all the different coaches that you work with, you are helping them serve the people they're there to serve. And that has come through very clearly.
Oh, cool. No, thank you. I appreciate you bringing that up actually, because yeah, I think as I'm sure you've seen as well as me, that it's such a big thing in the this space is like everyone's promising these crazy, like you say, 50K, 100K, millions, whatever they're promising. So yeah, that
And the
was a
other thing, Alexi, I mean, you actually went the extra mile and did review my Instagram profile.
yeah.
And that was really helpful. So even if I didn't decide to go ahead with you, I already had something useful. And I knew that it needed work. And I thought, but we got on. I liked you.
Yeah.
And it was a good experience to get to know you as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed it's good. I know what you mean. It was good when you enjoy that first call with someone. You can feel the energy matches and you just get on and you connect. So I remember feeling that as well, and I guess that's what why I was excited as well to potentially work with you on that first call. So on that first call, then when you decided to go ahead, what was it that you were specifically hoping to achieve with Evolute and the coaching evolution and what we were doing?
I really needed to learn about what I needed to do. I mean, I've really come from a standing start. Not I've not grown up with Instagram. I was really playing with it as much as anything. So that, um, I mean, you've shown me that right from the beginning. You need to have these three or four basic things in place to start with. Get that done. That was easy. I'd say it was easy. There was a bit of kind of
Yeah,
hand
learning
wringing
curve.
over a few
Yeah.
bits for me, but that was me, not you. But yeah, it didn't take me long. And the work that we did on the ideal client, again, I had got a notion in my head. I had done some work, but again, your way of nailing that down, your methodology for that really helped me target into the language and how I should be speaking to them. And actually that you see that further down the line now. I know I've got the right people in my pool because they are talking to me in exactly those terms. And it's such a great resource for learning about who I'm serving. So I didn't realize that would come
Yeah.
from just trying to sort out an Instagram page. Think what I was starting with.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see how it all sort of comes to fruition. I guess without sort of giving too many spoilers, because there's some bits I wanted to say on that. But I guess do you want to then just lead us into sort of the results you've got, the main transformation you've seen in yourself and your coaching up to this point as well?
Yeah, I mean, actually, a couple of things, and I'll try and separate them out. So for me, getting to know my client really well, having those conversations, really in-depth conversations in my DMs, which is such a rich seam to mine for understanding how to help my clients better issues that they're dealing with. So that's one thing that's come out of it. The other is actually monitoring my stats and seeing what is happening. I've got loads more followers. I mean, I think I've gone up to about 4,000 followers now. So
Wow.
that I was standing, 100 and something. So that's massive.
Yeah.
And, actually understanding how advertising works, how you're targeting, um, in this way. It's been really helpful. And then from those conversations, how to get them through to a sale. And it doesn't always work, but you're always learning. And I have got some great clients through this, some absolutely perfect clients for me. I'm really happy with that. And I think when I can now spot the clients that aren't right for me as well.
Mm.
And I've had a couple of those, and that's fine. But large, and that's not necessarily from this method, but that's through anything from other ways that clients have come to me. I've seen who is going to be good to work with, who perhaps is not full at this point. Perhaps I can recommend somebody else, maybe from our cohort. Um, so yeah, I've got loads and loads from it. So I'm really happy with the way it's gone.
Yeah. No, and genuinely, I want to say well done to you as well because obviously you've got your own family, your own life, and you're busy in yourself, and you managed to stick to the process and go through it. And like you say, the results have spoke to themselves. And I mean, even so, in our case, for context, if anybody doesn't know, followers are our equivalent of leads. So for Lisa to go from 100 followers to 4,000 is like close, yeah, close to, well, 4,000 odd leads that she's now generated. So it's been amazing how like you say, just really getting clear on that or helping you to like frame that niche in the right way and just show you that really simple ad campaign how much has changed. So it's cool to watch and I'm very happy for you because like you say you've put the work in and now you're able to serve the clients that you want and like we said just before we started recording how you're helping these people as well. So no, it's amazing. And I guess for you, how was that? What's your feeling now about everything and what you're doing compared to before in terms of lead gen, getting clients and what to do going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I'm much more, I want to say systematic about it. I mean, I haven't got lots of whiz bang systems or anything like that. because I'm still quite small, but I am much more measured in what I'm doing, and I know the stages I need to go through with people to get them to a yes if that's the right thing for them. That's the most important thing. And if it's not the right thing for them, that also is fine. So I'm much more comfortable that I'm not beating myself up going, oh, no, I've done that wrong, or I didn't speak properly on that pitch, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not pitching to people. I am helping them, and if they think, and if I think and they think we're going to be a good fit to work together, then it will come through. The biggest thing we have is a pool of well-targeted prospects, and people who may value my service. They value some of the things I'm saying. Something has resonated with them because we've got the messaging right, and that's really important. And I can now nurture that pool of people. And like you alluded to, I have got a family, and I am right in the middle of the midlife collision myself. So this has not been an easy ride in terms of me trying to get to grips with something really new,
Yeah.
and then trying to juggle XYZ things I've got going on. I am there with my clients, knowing what they're going through at different times. So again, it's made me much more connected to my clients as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been a really great experience. And the other brilliant thing is the cohort of people that you have brought together. And when we had our in-person day as well
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, that was so much fun, and you did such a good job. You're really professional,
Thank you.
and not that I wasn't expecting it, but everything you have done has been to a very high standard. You go the extra mile. You help people out when they're stuck. You'll always review something for us, conversations, or how to how to deal with an issue if you've got one that's come up with Instagram or payments or something. You've been so supportive. You clearly know your stuff, and learning a method. It's not. It is kind of linear to a point, but it's a whole armory of tools that will
Mm.
help to be better at what we're doing, and that need our help.
Yeah. No, thank you. I really appreciate that, Lisa. And like I said, it genuinely has been amazing to work with you because, like you say, you've got, and I think that's, you mentioned like you've got your own midlife collision, so to speak, but I think that's also what makes you so good at what you do for your clients. And that's why you continue to do well and get new people in. So it's genuinely been really amazing and fulfilling for me as well to see where we started in February
Mm.
and how it looks now and how many people you've got. And like you said, you're launching your community now and you've got all of these leads now who are going to benefit from that. So you've got all of these little parts that have come together really nicely. So yeah, it's like I say, it's very fulfilling to me to see generally how far you've come and where you are now. And yeah, it was lovely to meet you in person as well the other day at the mastermind to
Yeah,
take it
I'm
away
a
from
hugger.
the yeah, to take it away from the pixels behind the screen. But it was great. And so you've sort of touched on it there, but if you could highlight, I don't know, what was your favorite part about working together over this period?
Um, oh gosh, my favorite part. That's tricky. I think it was seeing the results come through. So it took me a while with stuff going on to get my ad out there. I mean, I really had to get over myself with the videos. You know that. Even my first one from my shed, I've deleted it now. But trying to do that, and realizing I could script some videos, get them recorded. And I recorded about 10 in an hour because I'd got them done. I had the whole kind of wardrobe change and everything ready, but I did them once I got into the swing of it. So he gave me the confidence to do that. And when you've not done this kind of thing very much before, I mean, I know some of our other colleagues in this cohort have done loads and loads of videos before. I hadn't.
Hmm.
And so that was a big hurdle for me, and it's really helped my confidence. And I'm happier to be out there. I've got loads more stuff coming as well.
Oh, cool. No, I'm glad. And the other thing to add on to that, what I'm happy for you about is like I feel like you say, you've got the tools now. Like you know what to do, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Like
Yeah.
the content and who you're speaking to and what to say, you know how to do that. You've got the confidence on the camera now. You know if you've got leads, what to do with them, how to book them in, etc., etc. You've got different offers now for different people depending on where they are on their journey. And then if you do get people on a call, you know how to do that last piece as well. So that's again, that's also the purpose of why I do what I do is I don't want you to just I don't want to just give you something and at the end you're like, okay, now what? You've now got all the pieces to the puzzle, which I'm really, really happy about. So couple of questions for you. This one may not resonate with you, but I'll ask it anyway. And if you don't, you don't. But when we first started, or on that first session, that first ever call we had together, did you have initially any sort of concerns or hesitations or objections, so to speak, before you joined up with us?
I was worried about the finances, I have to say,
Okay.
and I think most people will because you're making quite a big investment
Yeah.
and you are going to be spending money on advertising, but it is a numbers game and it works. So, I do think it, and again, some of your advice is to take the emotion out of it
Hmm.
because as you start to see your followers climb and your calls start booking in and then converting, it does give you hope that this method works and it's quite quick to see that it does. So that soon dissipated. I was a little bit, well, I've got nothing to lose. I've got to do this if I'm going to get established. And I really liked the format of your way of working and all the resources that we have. So
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be good value. I think I wasn't sure whether the advertising would work. But again, you get you nail your niche. I hate that phrase. Uh, you get, you start talking in the words that appeal to your perfect client and challenge them a little bit, I think, as well. I'm going to be doing a bit more challenging coming up, but it's it starts to work. So that fear about the finances soon went away.
Yeah, and I actually appreciate you bringing that up as well because I think that's going to be common for a lot of people, whether they do something with me or someone with something with someone else. Like there's always going to be that fear, that hesitation. So I think it's good that you've shown that so people can see that it's natural to have that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a sign of growth and change. And like you said, for you, it's paid off, which has been amazing. And so, last question for you, Lisa. I appreciate you doing this. Who would you recommend Evolute to, and why?
Oh gosh, I think this approach that you have, I know a lot of coaches that this could work for if they want to use Instagram particularly. But whatever platform you're using, I think the approach probably works.
Yeah,
And I don't know enough about other platforms and advertising, for example, but the support that you offer and the approach that you take and the personalized nature of it, I think could actually works with any kind of coach. And I've seen the range of people that you do work with. I've met them, and we've got all sorts of people,
yeah.
and they're all doing really well. So yeah, it's really impressive to have come up with this approach. It isn't generic by any stretch of the imagination. You have to make it your own, but it does work.
Cool. Lisa, thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining me. And like I said, again, it's been a pleasure working with you and very fulfilling to see your change over the last few months. So, Lisa, again, thank you for anybody watching who wants to learn a little bit about the process that I'm using with Lisa. I'll leave a video in the link below that you can check out. But again, Lisa, thank you for taking the time today and all the best.
Thank you, Alexi. Thank you so much. It's been lovely working with you, and I hope to continue for a lot longer.
Thank you.